What's up, boys and girls? Trenton Hall here. Thought I'd go for a walk this evening. I started filming a series on how to use a rabbit gum, and the holidays came up. Hadn't had a chance to come back here, and come through here just the other day, and I'll be doggone if a little mouse didn't chew one of the strings off of it. So I got a replacement string in my pocket. We're going to get it set back up, and here I'm looking at it, something got it turned over. Look at this. That's turned over on its side. I ain't seeing, well, there's a little bit of sign that something come through there, but not a terrible amount. Well, there's snow up on the side of it too, so it's probably been turned over for a little while. We'll go ahead, I'll get it fixed back up and I'll get it reset. Come out here tomorrow evening and see, maybe I got something in the trap. Alright, I got the new string put on it. I'll show you exactly where it was chewed off at. And I figure it was probably just a little mouse or something. I'm thinking probably right after I set it off for the holidays, because I knew I wouldn't have a chance to get up here and check it very often. Just it being little cotton string that I'd coated in wax. Probably some mouse thought it'd make good for a nest. But I'll show you right here. It was chewed off, if it'll focus. There it is. It was chewed off right above that screw eye. Now you can see the door isn't exactly level right now. The whole thing does need to come this way. The door, when it's wet, is kind of grabby because I did not treat any of this. This is the plywood on the bottom is marine grade plywood, so it's fine. But the cedar and what have you, though it's not going to rot, it will swell when it gets wet. And these sticks here also will swell. This was actually loose fitting, and now it's in there just as tight as can be. Slide that forward just a scotch. Alright, got her all set up. Let's see here. Alright, everything's working okay. I'll see if I can't get this thing set up. It does have a little bit of bait inside of it. This path is a well-used path that comes up through here. Ain't no tellings what exactly is making this path. Could be a squirrel or a rabbit, or even a blasted possum could be making it. If it's a very big possum, oftentimes what you'll see is they'll get started in it and they'll eat the bait that they can reach. And if the door closes, it's closing on their back, so they know just to back out of it. Coons will do the same thing. The last time I had this set up, I know for a fact I had coons in it because bait started coming up missing. The trap was set off. That tells me a coon reaching in as far as he can, grabbing the bait, and then backing back out of it once he's had his fill. All I have in here is a little bit of sweet feed. But we're going to go ahead and get it set back up, and we'll see what we can't get. Alright, so I got the trap set back the way I want it. I did make a slight modification to it. Get down here where you can see it. Now you can see on the corners of the door there, those are fresh cuts on that door. And all I did was I rounded out the corners a little more so it'll shut just a little bit smoother. It means it'll be less likely for it to hang up on its way down. Now, some things to pay attention to on these is, one, it needs to be fairly level this way. It can pitch forward a little bit or pitch back a little bit, because you can change the angle of the drop on your door with your balancing stick, the stick that goes across the top of it. But it's hard to adjust the levelness of the door side to side. So you need to try to set it up as level as possible. So whenever the door closes, it can close all the way down and it doesn't hang up halfway down. Now there's other things that you can do to solve this. I didn't finish any of the wood on this. You can actually sand it down and finish it, or you can simply wax it even. You can wax your door or where it slides down and locks in place. And that's just a couple ideas that you can have to make your door shut a little easier. This system does work. I grew up using it. Come up here to check on the trap, and sure enough, we caught something. Now I'm actually surprised we got something because that door didn't close all the way. Generally, if there's any kind of a gap that a critter can get under to pick it up, they will. But what I'm thinking is there's probably a little bit of ice in those grooves, so whenever the door fell down, it just got hung up. Let's see what we got here. Now, the temptation would be to go ahead and just grab the back of it, spin it to you. You don't want to do that because that back has wire on it. And if you stick your finger through that wire, squirrels aren't kind creatures. They do bite. Oh, I'm gonna grab this top corner here. Yeah, ouch. Pokey. You see him in there? Let's see if I can't get it better. Come on, camera, focus. There we go. Looky there. Little red squirrel, or fox squirrel. They are good eating. This one here is a little older. You really don't want to eat these really old guys because they're kind of tough and stringy. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn this little fella loose. I'm going to drag this trap out. Alright. Yep. Hit ice and got hung up is what happened. Come on. Come open. There he goes. Now I was actually fixing to come up here. I got a pocket full of whole corn here. And I was going to throw a little whole corn in the bottom of it, thinking I might have better luck to catch something. Sure enough, I caught a squirrel. Now it just goes to show you, it does work. And you can trap small game with it. If you're in town and you got a bunch of squirrels in your yard, you can bait this and trap squirrels in your yard. You can, if you got rats that lives at the neighbors up the road, but they keep trying to come up and get into your house, you can actually take, and on this trip stick, on the trigger stick here, you can take this dude and smear you a little peanut butter on the bottom of it, stick it through, set the trap, and you can trap rats and squirrels and even smaller mice depending on how you fix your set stick. You can fix it with just a hair trigger where a breath will almost set it off. Now y'all be good, or you be good at it.